Hello, Dora. How's it going? It's Travis. Happy Sunday. I watched your video. Your swings look really good. That's to start off with. You did a few sets. I liked them. Okay, and then you started doing these cast the backswing, right? So that's cast the backswing. When you do these, I would actually recommend that you start from the floor and try to jump up to the rings. Most of the time, you're going to be jumping up, grabbing the rings, and then you cast your legs out and go into the backswing. And it's really good to help you find rhythm in order to do that. Now, since you're not doing that, what I would actually recommend on these, are we going into the butterfly? Hold on. Wait. Yeah, these are butterfly. Okay. So what I would recommend on these is that instead of just lifting your legs up into a straight leg position, there we go. Instead of lifting them up like this, because this is kind of going from here and then lifting your legs up, it's kind of hard. We don't want to make things harder than necessary. And so what I would actually do is I would start with your body stretched, legs down, pull your knees up into a tuck position. So you go knees up, and then kind of like press back. So you lean back on the rings. I'm going to draw it here. So here's the ring, and try to get into like this position, and then send your feet up and out. So you start from a hang, pull your knees. So here's the hang. Here's the hang, and knees up, and then lean back, and then shoot them out. And that way you kind of go short lever, because a short lever is easier to lift, then kick them up and out, and that'll give you a lot more drop into your backswing. You want a big backswing. If you get too big of a backswing, you just do less backswing. But the problem is that right now, I would say your backswing's not quite big enough from one cast. And yeah, you can always make the cast swing smaller, but unless you learn how to cast with a lot of power, it's going to be harder to make it bigger. So knees up and kick out, or jump up and go straight into the cast, as the jump actually helps build some of that speed. Now, the butterfly pull-ups, they've got a bit of an issue with the movement pattern because, let me try to pause it. Okay, because you're not bending too much here. This is about the most bend that I've seen when I watched the whole set. So your hip here, that's not a lot of angle. Maybe I'm not being generous enough, but that's not a lot of angle here. We want to try to get at least 45. So swinging your feet through so they come up this high, and then still kind of keeping your body vertical, like quite a bit vertical, because it's a butterfly pull-up. It's not the actual ring muscle up. You're not coming from a big backswing here. So what I would actually expect to see is your upper body kind of like staying down like this, whipping your feet up to here, and then snapping them back, because this is what you're missing on your actual muscle up. So you've got two things going on, and it's great because you're doing the right things. They need to be incorporated together. Here, what you have a tendency to do is not bend in the hips enough, and then you snap them back early, right? So instead of getting this big angle in the hips and then snapping them back, causing you to rise up extra because the legs are going up against gravity, they kind of stop early, and you start extending your hips from here. Let me see if I can scroll slowly enough. Ooh. I have to tell you, when you take a long video like this, it's really hard to scroll slow. See, that's the most bend you're getting, and you're extending. And if you watch your feet, they're kind of out in the front for quite a bit of time. They need to be like almost like they're hitting a trampoline right there, and then bing, flying back, right? So if I go bing, just speeding it up. They're just hanging out in the front too long because you're not bending in the hip. There's more upper body movement than there is hip movement, and this butterfly pull-up should be based on hip hinge to legs snapping back, which causes the upper body to move, not the other way around. You don't pull so you get the movement. These are getting smoother and smoother, so this is really nice. And you're getting quite a bit of height. I really like this. I like that you're finding the smooth rhythm to it. That's super important because it's going to be useful for the ring muscle up, but we still need them to get out of the front area here longer and just snap back. So let's see. Let's get into it. See what happens. And snap, and pop, and bing, faster, and faster, and faster. That was pretty good. Yeah, just we want to make sure you get enough hip hinge. You can see you're not getting a ton of hip hinge there, right? Hopefully you can see that. Go one more time. Gonna try to pause it again. That was a little late on the pause. A little late. See, that's not that much hip hinge. So when you don't bend that much in the hip, it's not going to have as much of an effect when you snap them back. Your backward snap is actually really good, but get more bend here, and you're going to need that in the muscle up too. Now, getting into the muscle up, which you did down here just a bit. Okay. Now, your muscle up, like I said, you're doing two things right, but they need to be incorporated together. Here, you're doing more hip hinge, but you're not snapping them back. Hinge, no snap. Your lower body should be, sorry. Come on. Oh, bro. Okay, let's get to it. You gotta come up with a better resource of a thing here. Okay. This is great. They need to go from here, snap backward, and that sends your upper body up and over. Remember, we're trying to change directions. Right now, let's go like that. Boom. Trying to change color. You're doing a backflip. If you kept swinging in forward, you're doing a backflip. You're going to go up and around. We need to change the direction so your backflip turns into a forward flip with your upper body. And that means that when your legs are here, you need to snap them back violently hard. It's going to throw your body into like this arch position, but because your arms are attached to the rings, it's going to cause your scaps to stretch, retract, and then it flips you right over the top. You're going to be over way, way, way faster if you can snap your legs back and underneath you. But as you can see, that just doesn't happen. That's why the feet are still coming up so high. Let's watch this a couple more. I think you got two more in here. That's a good cast. Snap. Just got to pull them back with the straight legs. One more. There we go. Good cast, backswing, good. Snap. That is how I want you to practice the cast. All right, so we still need to work on the snapping back. You're snapping back really great on the butterfly pull-up. You are not bending in the hip enough in the butterfly pull-up. On your muscle up, you're bending in the hip enough, but you're not snapping back, right? So two good things, just need to get them put together. You may consider trying to do super fast butterfly pull-up, like snapping your legs back super fast, right into a muscle up. Give it a go. Talk to you later, Dora.